My favorite line in this is that we are not nation building again. We are killing terrorists. That's the Trump doctrine, Grant.
Yeah.
President Trump unveiled the Trump doctrine last night. And I also loved how he said retribution will be fast and powerful as we lift restrictions and lift authority in the field. He said we're going to participate in economic development to help defray this cost to us. These were my notes. But I love, Grant, what he said when he said we will no longer use military might to construct democracies in foreign lands. Those days are now over. And those were my favorite parts of this speech. That was the Trump doctrine that was laid out. And I also, Grant, I also loved how the president touched upon rules of engagement. He had some pretty strong words on rules of engagement. This has been one of my biggest issues as a human in America for as long as I have been aware. And I am so pleased that the president touched upon that. This, I think, was a good speech. While I'm still unsure of the plan in Afghanistan, I was greatly encouraged by the president's remarks last night. And honestly, there is nobody, Grant, who can be intellectually honest and say that this wasn't a well-delivered speech. For once, we had a president, Grant, who was delivering an address about foreign policy, and he was highlighting the objectives without giving away the plan. He was saying that we need to know a plan is a good plan if it highlights the victory that our men and women hope to achieve. And that, ideally, that is so refreshing because we have not heard that in 8 years. So I think it was a great speech last night. I was pleased that the president gave it, and I was pleased to see the direction of it.
So for 8 years, our members of the military have been fighting these battles with at least one hand tied behind their back. I think once the rules of engagement are lightened up, we're already starting to see some of that in the battlefield. Once commanders are given the ability to make decisions on their own, the best interest to winning.
Exactly.
And that is going to be very big as well. And so I'm with you. I think it was a very, very good speech.
I love that. I wanted to, because he discussed and we're going to lift restriction and we're going to lift authority, and I think that was those were two of my favorite parts of this whole address. That is the Trump doctrine, and very early on, this president has defined his foreign policy approach, and look. I'm a keyboard warrior, okay? I go to the range and I train and all of that stuff, but I trust the advice and the guidance of those who have been in the field. And if they turn around and they tell everyone in the United States, look, you would rather deal with this threat there than have to deal with it in your streets, case closed, end of story. And the president delivered that last night.